Place is a pretty good place to race. They always went for pretty good money, and at the time I come here, it was always the best place to be in the Maritimes when I come here first.
Well, we feel that in the Atlantic provinces, the harness racing people have been very good to us, and we think that putting our money into harness racing, putting it into the young colts and so forth, that our customers and so forth will identify that with as a good corporate sponsor, and that's what we're looking to be.
We are in my most favorite place in the whole world, the Maritimes. Hello everybody and welcome to the world of horse racing. This week we are paying our first visit to the city of St. John, New Brunswick. That's St. John and not St. John's. We are here for the richest week of harness racing anywhere in the Maritimes. And it all takes place at Exhibition Park Raceway right here in St. John. And later on we are going to bring you all the action and visit the city of St. John. But up first,
Park Raceway hosted two $50,000 divisions of the Dairy Queen Futurity. You're watching the 2-year-old colts in action as they head for home.
Going to the 5/8 pole, Seltzer Blue well in hand. Opinion Jim is at his wheel, challenging a strong second. E.P.R Pride is third, CL's Pastime fourth. Then Unknown Intensity in on the Rail Ocean View, the Night Courts, and Hello Monster. Seltzer Blue the leader by the 3/4 pole, 1:32 and 4. Top turn to the Seltzer Blue, a length. Opinions Jim driving hard second. On the rail, E.P.R Pride. On the outside, CL's Pastime. Tipping out 3 wide, and they make the turn for home. Seltzer Blue turns it on. Seltzer Blue and E.P.R Pride a strong second. Opinions Jim, CL's Pastime. It is going to be Seltzer Blue. He wins the Dairy Queen. E.P.R Pride, Opinions Jim, then CL's Pastime. And the time for the mile, 2:03.
you've been racing out here for many years. You've shown you're among the best and at the top most of the time. $50,000 you race for tonight. It's pretty special out here, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's probably the biggest purse, I think, ever in the Maritimes. For me, anyway, it was the biggest one I'd ever win. It's a great thrill. I love it.
A party tonight?
Oh, yeah, yeah. He was putting the party on, I guess, after the races, so I'll flock out there and maybe have a drink or two.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Still to come, the exciting final for the 2-year-old fillies.
Oh, Seltzer.
Oh, Billy.
Oh,
The city of St. John, New Brunswick, the backdrop for this week's World of Horse Racing. Metropolitan St. John has a population of 125,000. It's an industrial area resting on the shores of the Bay of Fundy. St. John's is a port for world commerce. It could also be said that St. John is the city that K.C. Irving built. Everywhere in St. John, the Irving family name is evident. The Irving Refinery supplies thousands of Irving gas stations across the Maritimes. Irving owns the 2 television stations, the radio station, and all the daily newspapers in New Brunswick. This, along with the St. John bus line, and yes, even the shipbuilding industry, where frigates are now being constructed for the Canadian Navy. St. John has also been the home for harness racing for well over 50 years. This is the biggest week of racing of the year at Exhibition Park Raceway, and we'll be heading to the track in just a few minutes. But first, let's check out this week's driver and trainer standings, brought to you by the Canadian Trotting Association.
The tide is coming in off the Bay of Fundy here in St. John, New Brunswick. And you know, just minutes away from this spot is Exhibition Park Raceway. And they are just wrapping up the richest week of harness racing anywhere in the Maritimes. And we're heading to the track when we return as the world of horse racing continues on TSN, the Sports Network. We're now at trackside at the home of harness racing in St. John, New Brunswick, Exhibition Park Raceway. And as I mentioned earlier, tonight wraps up the richest week of harness racing anywhere in the Maritimes. It's Exhibition Week in St. John, New Brunswick. And it's the final night of racing at Exhibition Park Raceway before renovations begin on the old grandstand. It'll be the richest night of racing in the Maritimes, with a $12,000 Provincial Cup and $100,000 up for grabs in the Dairy Queen futurities.
We race year-round, but this is our exhibition week. This is our big week, and in the last few years, we've been successful bidding for the program sponsored by the Maritime Breeders Association, that happens this year to be the Dairy Queen futurity. And we've been able to race for purses that have never been raced for anywhere else in the Maritimes in history because of our successful bidding for these races. In addition to that, we've had Atlantic Sire Stakes, free-for-all races, top-notch racing. The best horses in the Maritimes are here, and we're very proud of what we've been able to do. I can't say enough about the people who got together and formed the Maritime Breeders Association, which were instrumental in the concept of the stake, which the situation this year with the 2-year-olds is sponsored by Dairy Queen, and each track bids on for specific events. It's been, in my opinion, the best thing that's happened to maritime racing in the last 10 years, without question.
St. John is home to many of the Maritime's top horsemen, including the pride of Prince Edward Island, Jody Hennessy.
I come here bred in 1971 and raced a horse by the name of Knee Boots. I raced a free-for-all here in 1971. And I've been racing here off and on ever since. I've been here steady for the last 10 years. This place is a pretty good place to race. They always went for pretty good money, and at the time I come here, it was always the best place to be in the Maritimes when I come here first.
It's a family affair. We see your wife out here helping you out tonight.
My wife does a lot of work. She doesn't get near the credit what she does, you know, she should get. She works early morning right straight with me until the show's over with, you know. She works hard.
Dry Ridge Express with John Davidson, Spring River Cross McDonald, Maxi Torpedo with Drew Campbell. Here they come. Clear out, Mr. Marcy grabs the top and from the far outside.
Another hard worker is a longtime track announcer Ingham Palmer, who has recently been nominated to the Hall of Fame.
That's what they tell me. Mr. Harkness, if he can breed, I believe what he prints in Atlantic Post calls. But it's quite a thrill, really, quite a thrill to be in there with some other boys from home, like Joe O'Brien and Colonel Dan McKinnon.
But as Mr. Vicey pacing on top by 2 lengths and up strong on the outside. Dry Ridge Express coming on, and here comes Spring River. She's out 3 wide and coming on. Mr. Vicey.
Well, I came here in '57. This is my 36th year calling the horses, and I'm proud of that record. It's the longest in North America. Tickle pink with that. And I've got a few more years to go. There was a time when we were probably maybe the top grandstand in the Maritimes. And I have to say now that we're probably the worst. We were tops. We had a clubhouse, a nice clubhouse. The other tracks were old. Moncton burned down, Truro burned down, Sydney burned down. They were replaced with new structures. Time has sort of passed us by here, but I guess we're catching up.
The last couple of years, we've made some major improvements here. There's no question we've got some more to make, and we've got some very exciting announcements, I think, to come up in the near future with regard to our grandstand, things like that. And we're very happy with where we've been able to come to in the last 2 years, and we're not stopping now.
There's a big crowd and a cheering crowd on hand here at the Raceway tonight, and we come back. We've got the $50,000 Dairy Queen futurity. So stick with us as the world of horse racing continues from Exhibition Park Raceway in St. John, New Brunswick.
Are you ready, John?
I'm ready.
They're off. It's a good start. Ron Waples goes to the front, setting a fast pace. John Campbell saves ground early, moving 8 lengths to fill the 2-hole. It's realistic. It's exciting. It's fun.
Whoa!
John Campbell's challenging new game features the greatest horses of all time, and you are the driver. John Campbell's Classic Harness Racing, only $39.95. Call toll-free in the U.S. or Canada, 1-800-268-6879.
We're back at Exhibition Park Raceway in St. John, New Brunswick, and with me right now is Peter Foy of Dairy Queen Canada. And Peter, it's a big night here, not only for the fans, but for a sponsor called Dairy Queen. Tell me about your involvement with this sport and just what's going on this evening with those two big races.
Well, you know, tonight is our inaugural of the finals for the Dairy Queen futurity. Dairy Queen picked up the futurity after Rothman's dropped out of it, and we're real pleased. We're going for $50,000 a dash in our finals for 2-year-old fillies and 2-year-old colts. And we're just delighted with Maritime Breeders, who have been the co-sponsors of this race, and they've done a great job with Rothman's, and we hope that we can keep the high standards up that Rothman have had over the years.
Now, a company like Dairy Queen, there's all sorts of places to put your money, all sorts of events to sponsor, but you have chosen horse racing.
Well, we feel that in the Atlantic provinces, the harness racing people have been very good to us, and we think that putting our money into harness racing, putting it into the young colts and so forth, that our customers and so forth will identify that with as a good corporate sponsor, and that's what we're looking to be.
Peter, I'm going to put you on the spot. We saw Seltzer Blue win the Colt division early this evening. We've got the fillies coming up now. Who do you think can win it?
Well, Brad, there's about 4 of them that could win it. I think we're going to have to go with J.K. Beauty, the #2 horse, and Diplomat Katie. I think that they could be 2 of the toughest.
Okay, well, we're soon going to find out, because it's now post time for the Dairy Queen Futurity, the filly division. So now let's go up to track announcer Ingham Palmer for the call of the race.
Here they come. They're off. Paradox takes him out of there up on the outside. Dusty Lane Lynn challenging second. Island Cash moves up on the inside, racing third. And on the up on the outside, it is Dusty Lane Lynn challenging second, moving up on the inside. Island Cash. Then Nancy Glory is fourth. Only in My Dreams is fifth. J.K. Beauty, Diplomat Katie, Glen Giles Joy trails, and they're neck and neck for the top as they race out by the quarter pole. They were by that marker in 28 and 4. Top turn, the leader is Paradox, a length and a half. Island Cash has moved up to second. Dusty Lane Lynn settles in on the rail. It's racing at third. Nancy Glory has fourth. They spring through the stretch, and here they come. They are racing to the half. The leader is Paradox. Island Cash is racing second. Dusty Lane Lynn making a move now from third, and J.K. Beauty moving fourth. Then it's Nancy Glory. Diplomat Katie has cover, and Only in My Dreams trailing the field. They were by the half, 1:01. Around the turn, they drive onto the 5/8 pole. Paradox well in hand. Up and at her again on the outside, Dusty Lane Lynn at the leader's wheel. Then on the rail, Island Cash is racing fourth. J.K. Beauty outside fifth, and is tipping out 3 wide now. Waco 3 wide, racing out of the 3/4 Paradox. In between horses, Dusty Lane Lynn. J.K. Beauty 3 wide behind her. Diplomat Katie 33 and 1 by the 3/4 pole. They're racing 3 wide, neck and neck as they come out by the 7/8 pole. On the rail, it is Paradox, J.K. Beauty, in between them, Dusty Lane Lynn. Diplomat Katie is on the outside and coming on. J.K. Beauty grabs the top. Here comes Diplomat Katie. Diplomat Katie wins it. J.K. Beauty, Dusty Lane Lynn, and Island Cash, 2:03 and 2.
So Diplomat Katie and Russell Burgoyne win the Dairy Queen Futurity for 2-year-old fillies. And for owner Sandy Fraser, it was lightning striking twice. Diplomat Katie's older sister won the Rothman's 3-year-old stakes earlier in the year. And we'll be talking to Sandy in the winner's circle when we return. happy man, not once but twice.
You got that right, son. Boy, lightning strikes twice. And it did with me this year. You talk about luck. It's there.
Tell me about this horse.
Oh, this one here, I have her and her full sister, and her full sister won the 3-year-old this year for the Maritimes, and she won that. And everybody says she's bigger, but I'm a little bit prejudiced for the 3-year-old because, you know, it was for her first stake winner. So really, so it's really been exciting this year.
Russell, congratulations. You were the big favorite, but that was a heck of a horse race out there. Everybody wanted that person.
Yeah, everybody was out racing.
Tell me about the race, how it went. I mean, they were breathing down you.
Well, it went. I wasn't planning on leaving with this filly. She's a little rough in the turns here, but I figured I was following the filly I had to beat in J.K. Beauty. And it pretty well went the way I wanted it to, anyway, tonight. So I just followed her as far as I could, and I just moved out on her finish, you know, went by her finishing there. I never had to ask her hardly any at all. She was real good.
All right, congratulations. Well, that is it for the Dairy Queen Futurity, the Colts and the fillies, and that's it for this edition of the World of Horse Racing. And before we go, we want to thank everybody here at St. John for their hospitality, and of course, we've got to mention and thank Dairy Queen Peter Foy and his staff for making this evening such a big success. That's it for now. Until next time, I'm Brad Diamond saying so long for now.